This is going to be a hard reading for me to do. Most likely going to do a quick 2-minute live. I'm just very disheartened at the facts that I'm seeing in the Kendrick Johnson's case. And it's 1 in the morning. I have work tomorrow. But based on some of the things that he's shown me and taking the time to look into the new evidence, because unfortunately, not unfortunately, but a lot of things are unfolding and it's just coming to light after such a long time. But it's just like, I saw something very triggering on TikTok and seeing his body and his face, and it started to channel. And then it comes to be that they're showing a lot of gruesome pictures and gruesome details about the case, and one of which, after the reading, I had to look into some things, and it really, really triggered me at a point where my heart was just tight and my chest was just tight. I felt like I was going to have a heart attack. So I decided to go live and do the reading. But I will post the link in the description and the picture that I found. But to get to the point, because that's what I'm hearing, he showed me the still image. I wonder if I can flip my camera. Okay, so he showed me the still. It's like my hand is shaking when I'm doing it. He's showing me the still image of this, and this is what his hair looks like on the left hand side. But I couldn't really draw it on the right hand side. But it's too late for this. But what he showed me was a boy with this golden hair, very similar to that, and he had on this oversized black shirt, and it looked like there were white words on it, or just something I couldn't describe, and I couldn't remember if he was wearing shorts or pants, but I do remember seeing him reaching down in a gesture to where he's like going to roll him in this mat. And I'll show it again. He didn't have shoes on. Shoes were already taken off. And that's exactly how I saw him just lying there. It's very emotional. But Spirit really wants me to describe the boy. Just the fact of seeing him in this all black attire. And then I go to look into the case, and I literally just had this look on my face, like just staring at the picture, because I heard, as soon as I opened the photograph, I heard, like him, Mom, like him. And he was wearing all black, but in a hoodie, and there was a small word on his shirt, which I couldn't detail, and he had this smile on his face. And what's unfortunate is the judge that was working on this case didn't really have empathy towards the parent, and I have to be very careful what saying in regards to that. It's not like I wrote this, everything that I'm going to say down in a detail that was up to my standard. But I'm going to read it today because my chest is still hurting. So let me read what I got in the reading. It was just so surprising, shocking to see. And I saw and see the smirk on his face, and to keep hearing that he said, "I'm gonna get you in there." And he wrote a note down on paper. Let's see. I plan for this to be a 10-minute live. So, a little bit longer than that, but let's start with the first picture that I saw. It's not to say anything else. Very early into my show, I'm not doing some camera. I'm just really tired. But I wrote down that I couldn't remember if he had shorts, describing what he was wearing, and that they were discussing what to do with his body. And I remember detailing that the shirt he was wearing was too big for him, and that he was laid out perfectly for Spirit to keep up the shoes, to with the shoes. The fact that shoes I just heard the shoes were dirty. And then I thought, how could things have escalated and him to be in this fight, this altercation, and the shoes might be dirty? And that's when I heard exactly. And then I wrote it down exactly as I wrote it. Did they ever test to see if the shoes were filled with chemicals or the laces or the sole of the shoe? I really thought it was fake in the beginning. But I am wrong. It's kind of jumbling now, but I really wanted to detail that fact because I feel like no one ever pointed it out. The shoes were placed there, that they were clean. What did they use to clean the shoes? And then if you really go to the case, you can see him walking around with this bag. And that only proves more of my point of him actually removing evidence in the bag. I heard Kendrick never did grades in school, and one was jealous. He had longer hair. When you look at the autopsy, his hair is beautiful, despite the condition that he was left in. Kendrick was alive when he met his wife. Clearly, he was alive. But to continue on from there, sad how they could mock but envy what they care about. And I heard they punched Kendrick in the chest, rolled him up in a mat, and left him there to die. Kendrick was alive when he left. As I was writing this, I noticed that the dog began to scratching, kind of scratching the cage, refusing. Like something was wrong. It was quiet this whole time, but once we got to that part, the dog just started to go ballistic, and as I was telling him, no, don't do that. And I just heard, don't get angry for Kendrick. He's a nice person, just had a bad day at school. That's all. And then this one spirit told me how the shoes are being dirty. And I pondered on the fact how they were cleaned and placed in such a condition of hearing exactly. Did they ever test to see if the shoes were cleaned with chemicals or adhesives or even salt? But I heard they thought you were executive. How did the teachers know about this? That they were gone that long was also suspicious to me in nature. I have to keep going with the reading. I heard, I don't know if the thoughts were which is unfortunately murder. I don't get it. I heard your son did a terrible thing. But don't be mad at me for exposing it. You're very sorry. He wanted to erase his school. And then I thought, I wonder what their history was. What the history or the year was. Or what their diversity was like. Diversity in the school. I have to wake up, guys. I'm tired. Oh my gosh. Again, it's 1 in the morning. I may record this over again, but I'm not sure. I may leave it exactly the way it is. But I heard tell the boys Kama's coming and she's in a red dress. But there's always room for repentance. We've all done things that is hard. And I noted that as well. But it's time to own up to what you did, at least to a pastor. And let it be the pastor's choice rather than living your life in secrecy. That's exactly what I heard. This is hello everyone. I here get back to the reading. Okay, so tonight they're very serious. Very serious. And that's what I'm hearing about justice. In the end, there's justice for Kendrick. And it's like the spirits are going back and forth. Like, because I heard you rolled him in a mat and you left him there to die. I kept hearing it that way. He couldn't breathe. All over a girl because you were having a bad day. And I wrote down that someone was very mad on the other side, just the tone of voice. And I said, knocked him unconscious, Steve. Knocked him unconscious. So they jumped him. And at a point, got him into a position where he was unconscious, lying on the mat. Maybe they thought he was dead, but he wasn't. And you guys know the story. But let me keep going. About how Spirit kept mentioning the note that they passed around and the fact that the note had plans in it. I just know that, and this is me personally speaking instead of Spirit, I know that my guys want me to start calling this in a general form because a lot of the things I say is kind of This is me speaking instead of swear. You guys just got the tea about my readings and my time. But anyway, I just know that me personally, I am afraid of him. And to live here in Hawaii, you know. But I kept writing down how the spirits kept switching in the manner and how they spoke and how it was between the guides and the ancestors. Because we all have to think about it. We all have someone or something out there constantly watching over us. I can see how there's a transition between calling him boy when they're referencing to, you know, the one who killed Kendrick is what I'm hearing, and how they switch to a different tone. You just have to pay attention to how the guides and the ancestors, the ghosts, whatever you assume to call them, are saying it. Anyway, it's almost time to end the reading. I wrote down how he's at peace now because he knows he will get justice for what was done to him. Eventually, despite what everybody's seeing in the media and the narrative, you know, he's going to get peace and he's going to have that sense of justice. I'm tired. I have to be very careful about what I say and how I say it because that's very important. Again, he's already at peace. He will find justice for what was done. Alright. I wanted to know how his finger, it wasn't a result of blood pooling and being upside down. It was due to what was done to him. I'm just going to read it flat out. I don't know if I'm going to edit this or not, but as I heard it, the judge didn't care about the case. This is the transparency. Just another N-word that died in a night. Alright, pause, because that took me a little while. But just another N-word that died in a night. They don't care about your son's case, is what I heard. But crazy to how they wrote it. They don't care about your case, man. Take it to a higher judge. Preferably a minority. It doesn't have to be black, but one that understands us. The fact that the mother will die fighting person is memorable in itself. And that's what I hear. I heard Kendrick wouldn't reach for a shoe in the mat. They kicked him. They called him names. Bullying Kendrick in school for days. Nothing was done about it. Kendrick told his parents. What could they do? Homeschool Kendrick? I had to pause and think to myself. And I'll just read it. The society we live in doesn't allow black families to do so. But the college guarantee. My school made us or molded us for college. Do homeschool programs like that even exist at an honors level that pushes black students beyond our goals and to gain scholarships? We had a good principal until they fired her, despite her cancer diagnosis, and was replaced by a white gentleman. Shows you how the system's going, and this isn't to promote racism either. It's just reality in the society. Like Kendrick is a reality in a racist matrix that wasn't really made for us to win. That's why I haven't been on it. That's another job. he would be chosen, but that's, again, that's too deep for this conversation. Get out of the matrix, guys. There's a lot of propaganda going on right now. And I bring light to this case because I felt that pain for Kendrick, and I couldn't keep quiet about it. But just know that all this propaganda, all this war, everything that you're seeing